Hello, I'm Robbie Fowler and you're watching Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. The Premier League fixtures for the 2015-2016 campaign have been released. You'll have all seen them by now. It's prompted some interesting reactions on social media and probably brown trousers time in the Rodgers household. Yeah, bit of a mixed bag. I think obviously Liverpool were there were rumours that we were going to start with like 2 or 3 away games on the bounce. That's not happened. We do start away, but obviously it goes away, home, away in the traditional home, away, home kind of pattern. Yeah, so we start away with a Stoke City, which is boss, because as we will all remember, because it was only the other week, we got absolutely annihilated by them at the Britannia, so that's great. And the funny thing about that is that literally like the teams will be playing in exactly the same kits, because they'll be both unveiled their home and away third kit respectively on the day. This will literally be, I'm hoping this will be like a way to kind of like write over, like when you use the same file name or something. Maybe this will expunge the 6-1 game from memory. Yeah, it's not very likely, but hopefully when people search for imagery of it in the future, yeah, I'm clutching at straws there. Let's have a little bit of a closer look then, because I think the thing that's really stood out is basically away fixture nightmare for Liverpool Football Club. You can look at the start and I think my immediate thought was like Stoke away, Bournemouth home, Arsenal away. You go, shit, because of obviously we have difficulties away to Stoke, and we always have. It always has been a tough place to go. Obviously based on the end of last season, horrible place to go. Bournemouth home, fine, as good as it, pretty much as good as it gets, I guess. You know, good football inside. Albeit one that's newly promoted, you know, you'd hope you can be hope to batter them. Arsenal away, you know, you don't hope to go to the Emirates and get much. So it's tricky, but equally, you know, Stoke away is winnable, Bournemouth at home is winnable, and Arsenal away, you know, you can go either way. You expect to lose if you come away with a draw. It's possible to get a draw there, but you know, not massively. But I think it's a reasonable start to the season. October is an absolute twat of a month. That's Everton away, Spurs away, Southampton at home, Chelsea away. And as it feeds into this 7 away games. The first 7 away games are as follows: Stoke away, Arsenal away. I know I don't need to keep saying away because I've said they're away fixtures. United, Everton, Tottenham, Chelsea, Man City. Yeah, so basically, and you come to the end. I mean, the Man City away is mid-November, but it looks to me, or to the back end of November, there's a real decision point, and everyone's going to be talking about it. Obviously, Brendan Rodgers under massive pressure after Liverpool's complete capitulation in the last couple of months of last season, and in general, you know, all over a really poor season off the back of such a good one the year before. The end of October, you know, I think it's possible, because all of your tough games are so grouped together in the first half of the season. You know, we play everyone that you don't want to have to play away on a run. But conversely, on the flip side of that, it means you've got them at home in the second half of the season, which has shades of the year before when we were so good. So obviously, if you can keep yourself in contention in the first half of the season, the stars start to align in the second half of the campaign. But obviously, given the mood we're all in, and the depth of feeling at the minute of Liverpool of just general abject misery, everyone's looking at it and thinking Brendan Rodgers is going to be out of a job by the end of October, and that is a very realistic thing to look at. And you know, the manager and the coaching staff will definitely have that in mind when we get some. But you know, there's also a case to be made. Like I say, if Liverpool can just, you know, if we can be solid in those opening few months of the season, we go into December. December's fixtures: Newcastle, West Brom, Watford, Leicester, Sunderland over the Christmas period, which is your hardest part of the season, really, in terms of like fixture pile up. They're all very winnable. Liverpool could be in a sensational position, or at least potentially in touching distance of the top 4, or hey, higher, because let's be optimistic, because why not? Come the end of the Christmas period, and we go into the second half of the season with all of our traditional rivals to come at Anfield. I'd be happy with that. But the trick is, and like I say, it feels right now, it's very easy to fall into that mire of like, oh my God, 7 away fixtures, we could lose every single one of them. And Brendan Rodgers loses his job. What was the point of keeping him in the first place? Yada, yada, yada. But the point, I think the thing to remember is that you know, it doesn't matter who you've got in charge. That is a twat of a run of fixtures. you could have the best manager in the world, and you could lose half of them, 3/4 of them, all of them. It's just the way football is. Anyway, I wanted to get some of your thoughts, so I asked for that on Twitter. Let's get to a couple of them. AYR3S says 9 points. He's talking about the opening three. Well done. Confidence. I love it. Dagda1 says fear for Brendan with those fixtures. Most won his blood already, which is not necessarily true, but any defeat will be met with hysteria. Absolutely. That is the biggest fear, that Liverpool don't get off to a good start. Then literally, you know, the Wolves are going to be at the door. People are going to be baying for blood. The panic is going to set in. There's going to be people losing their shit, piss boiling left, right, and centre. Yeah. So yeah, the pressure's on, but the pressure was always going to be on regardless of the fixtures, I think. Ollie K76 for Rodgers is either a chance at redemption or 6 games from the sack. Our 6th game, let's see, would be Norwich at home. Yeah, you know, if we lose that, I haven't lost the others, absolutely. Okay, Faisal_Shalash says relegation, mate. Relegation. Come on, mate. Darren Williams at Dazzle Theory. This is why LFC should have sacked Brendan Rodgers. As should we get humiliated at Stoke? How can we as fans fully trust them? Yeah, mate, but you know, it's like saying why cross the road, because you could get run over by a bus. You know, you've got to trust in your own ability to not get run over by a bus. And I would like to think that, hey, listen, the potential exists for Liverpool to go and get beat 6-1 a game, but I would say that fixture, you know, it's an anomaly, and it's got to be an anomaly, because if it wasn't an anomaly, we'd be getting twatted 6-1 by everyone every week, and we don't. So, you know, you've got to trust that Brendan Rodgers does have an ounce of sense, and you'd like to think the players will be hurting from that defeat last time round, will be able to prove something. They won't be on the beach this time. You know, it's a new season, fresh start, had a bit of a break from football. Everyone's going to come back raring to go, and hopefully, you know, redress that absolute fucking cataclysmic failure at the end of last season. So you're right. I think I get it, and I think a lot of people, I echo a lot of people's sentiments on this. Is that I get that, like, people are like clenched teeth and clenched arseholes and sitting there like thinking, oh my god, if it goes wrong, what's going to happen? But I don't. There's no sense in thinking like that. You're just going to depress yourselves. Honestly, you know, I think yeah, you don't have to be blindly optimistic about it. But like I say, if you're thinking about, if you spend your days thinking of nothing but the worst case scenario, you're going to live a very miserable life. So, you know, ultimately, you don't necessarily. I'm not saying you need to delude yourself or anything, or think that everything's going to be amazing. Maybe just think about something else. Golf. I don't know. What do people think about when they're not thinking about football? I've genuinely no idea. Sex. Go and have a think about sex, and then think about. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Mohammed Imad as Gerardo 5 just says shit. And Lachi Panetta is a good draw. Success in 13-14. We've built on playing all the top teams at home in the second half of the season. Yeah. So there we go. Let's see. VVR7, 9 points after 3 games. We go again. Optimism. That's what we like. Look, I'm struggling with the optimism at the moment. Liverpool need to go and buy bigger, better players and have us all buzzing and ready to go for the season. We're not there right now. These fixtures have come out probably a few weeks too early for us in our damaged emotional state. But I think, you know, let's choose to look on the positive. And the big positive is if we manage to survive that initial salvo, those horrific first 7 games, the run-in that Liverpool have got. We've got Spurs on the 2nd of April at home, and then we play Stoke at home, Bournemouth away, Newcastle home, Swansea away, Watford home, West Brom away. That run-in, if we can just stay within touching distance, even if it's just of the top 4, you know, let's not go mental and start talking about anything higher, because it'd be foolish to do that given we finished 6th last season. Although we finished 7th the season before. Anyway, you know, the fact is, if we're within, even if we're in like 6 points or 9 points of 4th place, you know, nobody that run-in suggests to me that Liverpool could potentially put a run-in if you know, the potential for a run-in and a very good run-in exists, and Liverpool could have a very good season just based on how well the second half of the season is. It's all about getting off to a good start, but then that's true of any season. absolutely, you know, get your confidence up early, keep it turning over, win by all any means necessary, and keep yourself in contention, and then hope that, you know, you get a good run with injuries and what have you in the second half. And the fixtures have lined up for us in the second half. We just got to make sure we're in the right position to take advantage of it. Anyway, thoughts in the comments below. Is it game over for Brendan Rodgers after seeing these fixtures? Do you have faith? Do you have optimism? How are you feeling in general? Is your mum okay? How's your dad? Do you have animals? Are they good too? I don't really care, but if you want to talk about it, that's what YouTube comments are for. Random shit. Anyway, we're going to be doing loads more shows. We've got 2 hour-long shows on the redmentv.com. Full in-depth detail. We'll answer loads of your Twitter questions on all kinds of a whole range of Liverpool topics. Where we think FSG are going. Are they fit owners for the football club? We've also got the Reds News Roundup, which we're looking at closer at Mateo Kovacevic and how much that's probably bullshit. Raheem Sterling, you know, should we sell him? At what price should we be selling him? And loads of other brilliant stuff. It's the redmentv.com. It's completely free for everyone. I'll link to it at the end of this video, so you can just click through and check it out. I start a 3-month trial. If you're not asked, you can fuck it off. If you're not asked in general, don't even go over there. Save your time. And then it's just £2 a month after that, if you want, which is basically nothing. But as I say, it's entirely up to you. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. As I say, any thoughts in the video, comments below. Give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you soon. Ta-da. The early reports on this one were that Liverpool had agreed personal terms and yet had yet to agree a fee with Inter Milan, which is just mental, because that's just not how it works.